what's saying? It's your boy here, and today what I've got for you is the F1 2015 Mexican Grand Prix for you guys. The first Mexican Grand Prix in over 23 years. So that's pretty crazy. Before I start, yesterday I went to Santa Pod's Flame and Thunder event, which is absolutely crazy. If you don't know what Santa Pod does, they basically do drag racing. So yeah, I went there, went to my first drag racing event. Absolutely awesome, absolutely enjoyed it. By the way, there's a vlog for that which I'll upload alongside this. So yep, so I hope you guys will enjoy that. But for now, let's get into this review. So we'll start off in qualifying actually. Nothing much really happened in practice, to be honest. You know, most just them lot trying to get a grip on this track. So, yeah, trying to learn the track properly. So yeah. So moving on into qualifying, Q1. Not much really happened, to be honest. You know, no incidents, no dramas going on. Oh, by the way, James Button would have to start from the back. He would not participate in qualifying because of engine related trouble, so unfortunate for him. So there will be 19 cars, so there were 19 cars out on the track to do their laps. Also as well too, Kimi Raikkonen would have to start at the back too, I think due to engine problems or gearbox problems as well, so yeah. And so with Fernando Alonso due to a 5-place grid penalty for his gearbox, so yeah. When GOK, I'm not entirely sure to this, yeah. So those are the key grid penalties, yeah. So in the end of the session, it was Fernando Alonso out of Q1, along with I believe it was along with the two Man and Mauritius. I think Nazi was out as well, and I believe Ericsson was out as well. So yeah, the two Sabers out. So unfortunate for them lot. Going to Q2. Lot of action going on, a lot of drivers pushing the limits of their cars. Like I said, not much really happened, to be honest, you know, no real incidents or accidents, that kind of stuff. So yeah, in the end I think just the usual suspects were out of Q1, out of Q2 I mean, so like the Lotuses, well actually Verstappen was at the beginning, which was fantastic. Carlos Sainz got in. No, Carlos Sainz was out along with Hulkenberg, and that's what I know so far. So yeah, so pretty much the usual suspects. Yeah, and then going into Q3, that's when the action really heated up as the battle for pole position between the two Mercedes really got underway. So yeah, so first man to really set the time, set the benchmark was Rosberg, as he set a great time of 120 odd lap. That's fantastic. A few tenths quicker than Lewis, so yeah, Nico having the better advantage over Lewis this time round. So yeah, mind you, he's been having that recently, so yeah, but never been able to convert it to a win, so yeah. But Lewis Lewis didn't give up. He tried it again, didn't work out, so he pitted for another set of tyres. Tried again, but wasn't good enough, so he would have to settle for second place, which meant that Nico Rosberg was on pole position for the Mexican Grand Prix alongside Lewis Hamilton in second place. Third was Vettel, who put in a stunning lap to be a few tenths behind those guys in third place. Fourth was I believe, yeah, good lap by him. Fifth was Ricciardo. Sixth was Bottas. Seventh was Massa. 8th was Verstappen, I believe. Yeah, Verstappen. 9th was Perez, and 10th was Hulkenberg. So yeah. So moving on to the race, it was a good start from Nico Rosberg. Lewis Hamilton with a bit of wheel spin, had a bad start, so he really wasn't able to attack Nico into turn 1, which meant that Nico was able to keep the lead over Lewis, unlike last time out in Austin, where Nico got overtaken by Lewis in a very aggressive way coming out of turn 1. So yeah, but this time Nico was able to keep that lead going through the first few corners. Also there was drama in the midfield between, in the front end I mean, between Ricciardo and Vettel. Vettel trying to get third place I believe, but then chopped Ricciardo's front wing, and that gave Vettel a puncture. So unfortunate for Vettel, to be honest. I think Vettel, if there's any consolidation, he should have just gave him more space, to be honest. But I think honestly, it was a racing incident, to be honest. Two cars just going for the same bit of tarmac. So yeah, that happened, and then later on, we saw a lot of guys pitting really early, particularly for two Williams pitting on lap 8 and lap 9. So very, very early. A lot of people were suggesting that they were all going to be coming out around 20 to 30. So yeah, very, very early pit stops, but that's good to know. That's good to see, because we don't really. Because honestly, for me, I don't really want to see a race that's just one stop and that's it. I like to see a lot of stops. A lot of chances for people to overtake. Via pit stops, that kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully next year the tyres will give us more pit stops. So yeah. So that happened, and then later on we saw a battle between Bottas and Raikkonen. Who started on the primes, got to lap 20, I believe, and Bottas, who had already pitted on lap 8, was on the charge right behind Kimi Raikkonen. Went onto the defensive inside line. Bottas tried to go around the outside, which became the inside, and as he was going for the inside, as Bottas came for the inside, Raikkonen chopped Bottas, and Raikkonen flew up in the air due to the collision with Bottas and hit, and as a result his rear suspension arm came off. So unfortunate. I think honestly, I think Raikkonen should have given more room, to be honest, because I think if the accident wasn't going to happen, I think Raikkonen should have just given him more space to make that incident not happen. So yeah, and a lot of people were saying that it could be payback for Sochi, but I don't think it is. I don't know, just Raikkonen being an idiot and just chopping him off. So yeah, so that happened. No safety car came up, just yellow flags, and that was it. So yeah, and then afterwards, Nico came to the pits first around lap 20. That allowed Lewis to have clear space. No dirty air ahead of him to really put in some good laps, but as he was doing that, his tyres were shot, so that meant that Nico still kept the lead of the race over Lewis Hamilton. So yeah. And then later on we saw Vettel having a major spin going into the S's. He spun the car, and he felt well down the field. So yeah, Vettel not having a good day, and he even got worse as he got lapped by Nico Rosberg. And as he was about to get lapped by Lewis Hamilton, refused to allow Lewis through, but the team told Vettel to do it. The team told him that he must do it, otherwise he was going to get a penalty, so he allowed Lewis through. So yeah, maybe some little revenge or payback for 2012 in Hockenheim when Hamilton did something like this, when Vettel was chasing down Alonso. I don't know, but I think Vettel was trying to unlap himself as well, for that matter, to try and see if he can make some ground, whilst on the lead lap. But unfortunately, that didn't work out for him. So yeah, and he as a result would be well down with a lap down. So yeah. And then afterwards we saw, some great. Afterwards we saw Perez in the pits, and as Perez came out, the homeboy Perez came out. Sainz got ahead of Perez by making a sweet move. He got into the draft as Perez was coming out of the pits, darted onto the racing line and took the position of Perez. So yeah, and then afterwards you saw a crash, and that was for Vettel. Vettel, quite weirdly, just went straight on into the barriers, just went head on into the barriers, and as a result the safety car came out. So yeah, and for the first time both Ferraris are out since 2006 in Australia, so that's pretty insane, to be honest. I thought it'd be, I'm not sure, I thought it'd be like something like 2010 or 2011, but to know it's 2006 the last time both Ferraris were out is insane. So yeah, that's so crazy, to be honest. And I think honestly what caused it could have been like something like a suspension failure, so yeah. And it looked almost like the Ayrton Senna crash back in '94, but I guess with that one, that car turned a little bit and then went straight on, so I don't know. But thankfully, unlike Senna, he got out of the car okay and was able to walk away from that accident, so yeah. And as a result, the safety car came out, which meant that the lead that Rosberg built up had been wiped out. But then also during the safety car period as well, Nazia had brake issues and as a result had to retire from the race. So unfortunate, but you know, Ash Racing. So yeah, hopefully next time Nazia will have a better result. Yeah. As the safety car came back in the pits, the race got back underway. Lewis tried to close on Nico Rosberg. Lewis setting a couple of fastest laps, but Nico responded by setting his own fastest laps, so yeah. And then further behind we saw Bottas, I think, get ahead of Kvyat on the restart, which meant that Bottas was up to third place. So after that little crash, after that little collision, Bottas finally getting into the podium. First time since getting into the podium. First time since Canada, so yeah, but there were still many laps to go, so anything could happen, so yeah. And then afterwards, I don't know, I mean that was it to be honest, so yeah. Nico Rosberg on the final lap came through to take the victory over Lewis Hamilton behind. Bottas getting his first podium since Canada in third. Kvyat in fourth, Ricciardo fifth, Massa sixth. I think Verstappen in seventh, I believe. Eighth was the home favourite Checo Perez. Great result by him there, getting the homeboy, getting points. That's fantastic. It'd been nice to get a podium, to be honest, but whatever is what it is for the Mexicans here. Ninth, I believe, was Hulkenberg. 10th was Verstappen. So yeah. So yeah, great race, a fantastic race, and in the end, the three boys parked up at the stadium section and celebrated on the podium in the stadium as well. So that was pretty cool. I like the way that they've structured the podium in the Parc Fermé areas. That's kind of cool to have the three podium guys all park up in the stadium section. Is quite cool, you know. You get the most amount of fans there, you get the most amount of fans at that point, so why not, to be honest, yeah. And plus it's a stadium, so it's the most, you know, famous part of the track, so yeah, so why not. And yeah, they also, and like I said, they also celebrated on the podium at that spot, so like I said, a fantastic place to celebrate a victory and the stadium. So yeah, I mean, just absolutely crazy, absolutely awesome race, you know, and congrats to Nico. I think he drove a really good race, you know. To come back from a really disappointing race in COTA to finally bounce back and get a win in Mexico is fantastic for him there. So yeah, so that has been the 2015 Mexican Grand Prix review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, hit the like button below, subscribe to the new, and support your boy. I'm out. Peace.